Mike bought this car last year on governmentauctions.com back in December, and we really haven't had a chance to work on it so much. We did flush out the fuel system. We got a new carburetor for it, but it's been sitting in the other barn for quite a while. So let me remind you about what the car is, and then we're going to see if we can get the thing started up and running good. I tell you, 1972 big block Corvette, 4-speed. This is red with red interior. So check this out. This is going to be part of our ongoing barn find, I guess, for this year. I don't know if you can call it a barn find. He pulled it out of a salvage yard down in Tennessee, brought it home to us, and I think she will start up. We've been checking her out today. Only a few things. The only thing I can see that's non-stock on this car so far has been the addition of headers on here. But everything else looks pretty darn stock on it. This car on the odometer, it says, I think 46,000 miles on it. And as you can see, it's a 4-speed and it's a 454. And that 454 is the original motor that came in it. So it's a beautiful little Stingray here with a LS5. And it's got the T-tops on it. We got the T-tops here. The gas tank was totally empty. So who knows? Looks like it came out of Florida just because of the Florida radio station. Rock 104, AM 850, WR. UF, the Gators, I guess. And then it's got another Gator sticker up here. I'm a Gator. So it smells of Florida. The frame is super solid on this car. And who knows what we're going to do with it, but Mike just had to drag it home. But it's a pretty cool little car. Let me close the hood up and reshoot some video here. But there it is, 454.
All right, here we are. This is the 72 Corvette. I'll put a link into some videos that we've already made on this car, but it's been sitting over here on the lift in the other garage that I don't normally work on. You probably noticed some echoing in here. This is a really big space, and I turned the heater on so I can, it's got one of these infrared tube heaters. So once we get the cement heated up in here, it'll be nice and toasty to work in here. Because it is chilly. Remember, it snowed today. First day of snow. We're going to get into this thing. I'm going to let me try to show you. Let me pop the engine compartment open. And I'll try to show you what I mean by it starts, but it doesn't start. It doesn't keep going. All right. I put some starting fluid down the throat there just to see if it would light off here. Well, that went extremely well. My hood prop worked great. But you can see what I mean. It starts up, but it won't keep idling. So, we got a problem here. What is the problem? Who knows what the problem is? Oh, yeah. Let's get this hood back opened up. Get my prop rod repositioned here. We'll have to make sure that works a little better. But let me take off the camera stand here.
There you go. The carburetor's been completely rebuilt on this 454. It's the original motor, 1972 Corvette. And I don't know if I have a problem with the fuel pump. I bought an electric fuel pump to see if that would work out. So I might hook that up tomorrow. I don't know if there's a problem with the distributor. I don't think I've ever had that apart or off. It's just got a cover on there. Ha! Well, there you can see one problem. One of the wires isn't connected. So we'll connect up that and see if that helps. and the coil is barely connected. We'll connect that up and see if it helps. But really, it did start up. It ran for about 30 seconds, and then it cuts out. So we're going to figure this thing out this week, you and I. If you got any comments, bloop them down in the comment things down here, all right? All right, I'm going to get out of here. That's enough of this car, and we'll see ya. Here, I'll show you some pictures of it. Easier to get the Corvette off the lift, and so I put the 67 up there and put a cover on it. And Uncle Larry's checking me out over here. Say hello, Uncle Larry.
Hello.
Hey, nice job on solving the problem last week on that 66 Chevelle. You're the first one to say, hey, maybe it's the flywheel.
Hey, that squirrel finds a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Exactly. So now we got the Corvette. I got it pushed back here, and I didn't actually push it. I actually started it up and drove it back here, but she dies real quick. And one interesting thing I did find was that I thought I was really onto something. This vacuum port on the distributor here was hooked up to this port, this main port here. And when I pulled off that fitting over here on the distributor, it was just a plastic fitting. There was no way it could be sealing. So I kind of got excited and, just starting the car up. I don't need really any vacuum advance. So she started up pretty good. But I let her set in idle for a while. And when you give her gas, she just dies out. So I think the next step I'm going to take is, and Uncle Larry thinks so too, is I'm going to take the distributor out of the car. It's never been out of the car since we got it. And it's a real challenge because these plug wires got, these grounds on them. So that's going to be a challenge. But here, I'll start it up real quick just so you can, I can prove to you it starts. Let me get in here. It's a cool car, 454, 4-speed, 72 Corvette. So we'll get in it. It should start right up. And it's not idling too bad. But when I give her gas, she'll die out. Woo! Look at that flame. Something's not right in the timing. So, especially if we got fire coming out of the carburetor there. So we'll take this apart. I've never looked at the points on this and check the timing or anything. We'll pull it apart and see what type of shape we're in. Pulled the distributor out, and we were talking to Larry Richardson, and he says it's probably a coil. Because it runs, you saw it run about 30 seconds. Oh yeah, that's the part Larry needed. Glad he's found that for his steering column. But anyway, these points look pretty rusty in there. So let me see if I get the camera in there focused. I don't know, but we'll change the points out, and I'll get this apart so you can see it a little better. Got the cap off of there, and you can see these. It's pretty. Back up here, pretty rusty there, but they do open. But we'll get that all cleaned up too. And then if you look at the points, I don't know how well you can see them down there. They're down to a bare minimum. There's hardly anything left there, but they are opening and closing. But man, there's barely anything left there. See that? They're not even coming. They're kind of high. It's crazy. All right, we'll put some new points in this, a new condenser and new coil, and hopefully she'll run better.